the great Jude Bellingham that everybody loved, coming straight to Real Madrid. First season in the biggest club in the world, and he drops these stats, and now we're talking. There's the talks about him winning Ballon d'Or after these stats first season, and people are like, wow, if he's dropping this in the first seasons, then the next seasons is looking dangerous. However, that was not the case. Next season, the last 2 seasons for Bellingham, after the 2 seasons after this, he dropped worse stats on the second season, then even worse stats last season. Now, what happened to the great Bellingham? Did he fall off? Did he get worse? Does he not get along with his teammates? So how does he go from dropping 42 games, 23 goals and 13 assists to 52 games, 14 goals and 13 assists? How does he go to that? And then how does he go from that to not even dropping double digits in either goals or assists? He dropped 9 goals and 6 assists. So how does his stats go so down? There's only one reason is, don't forget, first season, he had Modric, he had Toni Kroos with him. Those are very 2 creative players, which leaves him to all he has to do is focus on being more of an attacking midfielder. And because the creative and the passes all come from Modric, as we all know, probably one of the best passers in the history of football, and Toni Kroos, the same thing. 2 legendary players who know so much about football, and he played with them. At his age, he was 21 if I'm not mistaken at that time. 21, and you playing with those veterans in the midfield. That's why he got these stats. And that's not just, the reason is that same season, the 23-24 season that he dropped these stats, there is only one reason why he dropped that. It's because it was Vini and Rodrigo playing. Ancelotti was playing Rodrigo and Vini as the strikers, the 2 up front. And as we all know, they're both wingers. And as we all know, during that whole season, they had no striker. And those 2, they're wingers. He had Kroos, he had Valverde. He had players who would bring the ball up for him. The only thing he had to do is stay with Vini and Rodrigo in the middle and just be free, roam around, and always go into the box, find the spots in the box. That's what he done in the first season. Now, these 2 last seasons, with the entry of Kylian Mbappe, he doesn't anymore of going forward. He doesn't have that option because Mbappe is the one that gets to the spots that he used to get on the first season. And Mbappe is the one that basically he does his attacking role where he used to get all the goals. Bellingham having to be more backward and playing the more creative role and bringing the ball forward for his team because Luka Modric and Kroos are both not in the team anymore. They don't have the players to be. He doesn't bring the ball up. Chouameni plays as more of a CDM, more to the centre-back role, which leaves that midfield. Somebody has to bring the ball forward. And if Valverde plays there, which he wasn't playing that many times, and then they have Ceballos, and those are not world-class players that can bring the ball up, leaving Bellingham to do what he was doing in the first season. Now, when Madrid had possession last season, Bellingham couldn't do that. Bellingham couldn't stay forward because then if he stayed forward, the ball wasn't coming forward. The ball wasn't rotating forward. There was nobody bringing the ball from the back to the front. He wasn't doing it. All Chouameni was doing is receiving the ball and play it to the left back, right back, or centre back. It's playing back. That's all Chouameni doing. He was even going forward. Also, in the other seasons, they had Vini and Mbappe. The opposition always guarded. Like the opposition was always focused on one side. So the right side was always an issue because the teams never worried about the right side. They had 1 player there and 2 or 3 in Vini. And then 2 on Mbappe. Which then put that whole area of Vini's side just a tie full of players. Which then also leads to Bellingham having no space to make what he done in the first season. The reason why Real Madrid was so successful in the first season and that they won so many trophies was not just because of Ancelotti. Yes, it was Ancelotti's tactics, it was Ancelotti's formation, everything. It was because they were free roaming every time. Rodrigo was moving around the front, on the wings, moving around. Madrid's team in that season was just moving around. No defense could mark one person because that person would always go out of positions and just keep changing. They will keep going out position and move so far that defenders could not continue to mark them man to man, because then they'll go too far off their own position, leave gaps. That was what was good and what was successful with Madrid. Was Rodrigo and Vini was always moving around the front. There was no actual striker where you could just man mark them and everything. They didn't have big specific position. They wasn't in the same position. Like you see Vini now, he's on the left side and he's there, he just chill. It's easy to mark him because he's always in that place. But in that season, Vini was not always in that place. Vini was free roaming around the front. And Rodrigo was doing the same thing, which led Bellingham to also be able to do that, because then Bellingham is more free, which is where Bellingham works the best. He is more free. There's no play man marking him crazy. And there's more space for him to work. And there's also space for him to play more forward, which we saw in the first season. A lot of runs forward. He made a lot of times. He runs in the box when they're about to cross. He was always there as the front player. But now with Mbappe coming here, it's easier. Real Madrid is not as scary anymore because it's easy to mark them now. And that's the truth. With Mbappe coming to the team, made Vini be very static or doesn't move too much. He doesn't move at all. He stays on the left side, so it's easy for oppositions to mark. Mbappe tries to rotate a bit in the middle, but he can't do too much rotate because he can't go to the left because Vini is there. He can't go to the right because there's the right winger. He can't come a bit too down because Bellingham or somebody else is their midfielder. So he tries to roam, but he can't too much. Let's see what we work with. He makes pass, brings the ball forward, and everything. So now they got that creative player in Bernardo Silva. So now Bellingham won't have to come too back to get the ball and take it forward. So now Bellingham can focus a little bit more like he was doing in the first season on attacking. But it even works better that they got Diamande, because now teams have to put more players on both sides, leaving the middle open. Let me know what you guys think. And thank you so much for watching. If you did until now, I really do appreciate every single person that does watch any minute of my video. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.